we were back into the back end of our website to continue the progress on it. Um, I you immediately see that there are two updates again. So that will happen fairly often, just because to keep everything secure, it's important to keep all the plugins updated, and also besides the fun- security, also they often increase functionalities, especially when it comes to your themes. So that's something that you would always want to do, and hope that nothing breaks. So what we're doing now again is updating the plugins. And sorry for the noise, like for the sound of my voice. I might have caught just a small cold. But while it's updating, you cannot really do anything, because when you return to the page while it's updating, it will tell you that it's still under maintenance right now. But it will tell you that it's done when it's done. Oh, I still haven't updated that thing. The API key, I recall. So I still have to do that. But yeah, keep everything updated as it is. So again, in the last week, we did a bit of editing here. And I had an amazing, not an amazing idea, but what I want to add here instead of that icon, because that's boring and meh, I want to use my own graphics, or at least I want to use some pixel graphics. So I'm going to go to my source of everything. You can either get the graphics at Shutterstock, or there are a lot of pages. Have video to all the potential pages you could go, but for that particular one, I'm thinking of pixel graphics, because hell yeah, we're freaking geeky. So I'm getting that one, just to then realize I'm probably not gonna need. I'm gonna definitely take the people, because I will use one for Amanda and one for me, probably. The smoking one. When it's about the Who. And then we have, fast forward to this. So we going back to my wireframe. It's the why, the what, and the who. So what did I click just now? The why. What could be a good sign for why? Okay, there is pixel art that would make sense. The why could definitely be a heart. The what? None of those. The what? What could be the what? Maybe the or I can take an armor and use that and write what on top of it. That's what I'm going to do. Either I take that shield, or I take that thing and make a question mark on it. Or so many options, people. So many options. But yeah, we're going to go with one of those. I'm unzipping all the things that I have. And then check out what we have here. Oops. So we have the premium license, that's fine. Yeah, probably none of those. So let me delete that one again. Those are my people. I need that. Yeah, keep that. I might have just... And then let's go to this one. I don't want to use weapons. We're a pacifists. No weapons. Yeah. So I'm probably gonna either take that winning champion-y thingy or the shield. And I could change the colors of the shield. That's what I'm going to do. I'm using the shield and the people and... Oh, did I delete the heart? Don't tell me I deleted the heart. But I can... That wasn't the heart either. There's the heart. Okay, awesome. Did you close down without asking me? That's rude, Illustrator. That's really rude. So I have the... I'm too quick for... Too cool for school. No, too quick for my thing. So, okay. While this is opening, I can go back and keep on editing the page because the next part of it will be the two... Funny how that switches all the time. Stupid faces, stupid. So what's happening is I'm going to create an about Amanda and about me thing, just a very small part where people actually get an introduction to who we are, and then I'm going to add a contact form where people can reach out to us if they want to be on the show or have any questions. So that's what, back as per usual, going back to edit page while this is still opening. And then waiting. Create a new section. That's also again a standard one. And split it up because 2 people, 2 columns. And then I can technically try, I'm not sure if I really want that one, but have a look. There is a person module. And I'm gonna try that now. So it's Amanda Sloan. How's it going? Position. Head of Geeks. The warrior of the written word. Warrior or queen of the written word. Well, then we can... I'm just using a... That's Fala Moya Rava. I hope it's right. Google Plus is dead! And LinkedIn, obviously. I will just use whatever, a mock-up link for that one. And there we can again add a funny lipsum text. Lorem ipsum, fun, because fun lipsum is fun. Bacon lipsum, oh no, that's not vegan, we're not using that. Cat ipsum. Oh, maybe that's just a tiny bit too much. 1 paragraph. Make muffins. I really like that. That's a lot of paragraph, but select all the text, copy, and go back to the page and pasting it here. Wow, way too much kitty thing. Lick but meows purr when being pet if it fits. Okay, whatever. I'm not gonna read that now, but it's still long enough. Still way too long. Okay. Upload an image. I am totally gonna go to thankfulcow.com right now and steal their picture. Yes. Don't ever do that, people. Look at their awesome website. That's awesome, Amanda. Save image. Amanda and Tom, obviously both of them are really awesome. Desktop. Amanda. I know it's wrong. Don't judge me for saving stuff on my desktop. Upload files. Ooh. Okay. Use the set as an image. And then we can preview it for a second. I am going to check what the design tab says. Icon color. Okay. Image. Background. What kind of icon are you even? Let's try that one out. Icon hover. Oh, that's probably the social media icons. Hover. Yeah, social media icons. But I kind of like them as they were, so that's fine by me. We can, if we want to, add border surround the image so we can give it a width. So make it round image border width. No, that's not what I was talking about. The radius. Image rounded corners. That's what I was talking about. So we could give Amanda more of a rounded border. Obviously, it always depends on what size the image is. Yeah, but that's just what you can use to play around with. So you can make the image, give it rounded corners, give it border style. You can also just give it like at the top and on the side, for example. And you can give it a box shadow. I like my box shadows. I know. Don't judge me. Yeah. We're gonna use that. You can even change the color of the box shadow. So maybe we'll make it red just because we can. Yeah, it's a bit weird. I agree. Let's go back to the gray. Depends. I have to see it in the entire page, like on the entire page, to make sure that I'm fine with it as it is. Text orientation. I will make it centered again, just because the combination is just a bit weird. I will probably want a bigger title, so I'm going to choose a bigger heading, just because I feel it's lost somehow underneath her beautiful picture. Well, that just means that my name won't fit, but we're going to get there when we get there. There you can change everything separately about fonts as per usual, because that's how Divi rolls. It's pretty simple. You can make a box shadow. That will be the shadow. I will use a different one now just so that you see the difference. It's around the entire box here. So yeah, maybe with a rounded image, like with the rounded edges, not too great idea. Also has to work on the padding. Someone has to work on the padding here. But yeah, that's technically how you can walk through it. And you can make an awesome animation if you want to. So if you open the page and if you scroll to the page and scroll down, then that's what happens. You see that it just faded in. Let's use something more obvious like the flip. So once the page loads, she will flip or fold. I mean, yeah, that was a fold or a roll. Roll, baby. That's... I mean, one really has to like that. There can be awesome features on pages when it makes total sense, but just for the sake of it, I wouldn't technically. I mean, fade is always okay. I'm like, yeah, fade or slide. It does It's not too annoying, but all the super roly things, I wouldn't overdo it with all of the elements. So just keep it simple. Use it only in a way that really does make sense. So when you, for example, for a heading, if the heading comes in from the right, that makes sense if you want people to read it properly, but that doesn't mean that you have to do that with every sentence or with every heading. I wouldn't suggest that. So let's just get rid of that. First of all, I want to center the image. Where are you? Yeah, not here right now. But if, yeah, let's see. I didn't remove it, right? I did not. No. Border. No, it was a shadow. Shadow. Image, box, shadow. Shadow color, text, shadow. You can do that separately for the text too. Title, shadow. Body, shadow. Box, shadow. We don't want the box shadow right now. Only if it makes more sense, but yeah. So yeah, I'm saving that, and I can copy that. And then when you click on copy, it will open the module again, so you could immediately change it, but I prefer to change it. Move it where I want to have it first, then add my name. Fool of all trades. Sorry. I'm reading a Robin Hobb book, and the Fool is actually kind of nice, so I like the Fool. And Amanda will say, I am the Fool is my card. I'm sorry, but you're the Warrior Queen. Moni does stuff on Twitter, but you have to actually add the entire URL, I'm guessing, because it says like that. It says that, but yeah. I keep my cat thing, and I keep Amanda for now, just because she has a pretty face. And I'm saving the thing and going back to the page. Okay. So what I'm not too chuffed about is they're oriented on the left hand side. So we're not doing that. We want this to be in the middle of everything, because otherwise it doesn't really make sense, does it? So we can try it first and make sure if that's the row is aligned in the center. I don't think that makes a difference, to be honest. It doesn't. Does it? No, it doesn't. And if that's not possible with here, image. Hello. That's the image border. Maybe I'm just a bit blind. That's the shadow. That's where the shadow is. Okay. So if that does not do it automatically, then we're going to find out why. And we do it by having a look at the website right now. And we're trying to figure out what we have to talk to exactly to make this work. Okay, so the thing is, inspector tool, love it. So needed in your life when you do all the things. So we want to try and figure out where it is nested. So you see, that's the image that we're using. And here is the box where the image is inside. So the thing is that you can see that this area around the image is orange, right? And if you just scroll down, you can see that what is orange is the margin of something. I've told you about that already, that it depends, that the margin is outside of the box and the border is what's around the box, like on the edge of the box, and the padding is what's inside. So as we can see here, there is a lot of margin happening. First of all, then I know that margin is something that I will have to change. But then also I have to go and find what's wrong with that. Because, and I can do that by, so first of all, there are the classes for that particular box. That's a div is a box. There are different kinds of tags. That's HTML tag. That's obviously that's how websites work with HTML tags and CSS tags. And I know that the box that I try to change is that one, because the issue is apparently the box where that is nested in. So that's the image. The upper, you have to see, you know, the Matrushka's doll. Are they called like that? Matrushka, babushka, whatever. So you have something within something within something, right? So you walk your way down. So that's the smallest piece of the puzzle right now. And the doll above that puzzle is that thing. So first of all, apparently, because the next thing that's above that other doll is that one, and I can see when I hover over it and when I see it on the right hand side here, that apparently that is big enough. So because that's big enough, that means that the thing that is inside has room for it. So all I have to do now is figure out how to make sure that the image, that one, nope, I just closed it. So that image is in the middle. That means I need to make sure it's align centered. So I can try that with that one first. By going to the image, for example. And I can test that always. That's pretty awesome. And can say align or text align. Doesn't work because it's text. Okay, that doesn't work, obviously, because it's also wrong code. But also I can go here to that div and then try out what's even happening. Okay, so I know that's the case. That's definitely for once is the thing that we have to change. So member image 1 is that module. And member ETBP team member image. When I try to do margin auto, you can see if margin is auto, that means it will automatically make it, so it will center it technically, basically. So I can maybe try to, does that work? No, that doesn't work. Okay, so for example here, when I do auto, it does that with all of it. So it does it with the top and the bottom, right, and with left and right. I only really want it to be in center with left and right. So, and I don't want that because when I remove that 15 pixels at the front, you can see that here it's way smaller. So there is way less padding than like margin than it was before. But I don't want that. I just want it on the left and right. So that's why I can give a certain amount of padding, which then will be, so the first part is top and bottom, second one is left and right. So I can say, give that one a specific amount. So I can make it bigger, but that's at the top and the bottom then, because as you can see, but that's what I want. So I know now that it's the ETBP team member image tag that would need that. So I can now what I first try always is, so I know that that's the tag that we need, right? Margin, 15 pixel, and auto, so that it's left and right is okay. Does it do that for that? Also, not right now, but we're getting there. So what I do first is I go back to the edit page and look into the person module and go to the advanced tab and make sure that member image, and I try that there, what I tried before. So it does technically, it does make sense, because it seems that if it could be that whatever is there never really, in Divi at least, whatever this right here is never the last item. So it's not really the image, but it's the box, the bigger matrushka, you know? So what I'm doing now is writing it in there. Margin is 15 pixels and auto. And I can try it with like this and see if it works. And apparently it does something, so that's a good thing. So yeah, so now I know that it works. So what I can do is I can add it to every, excuse me, I can add it to every module, or I can make a bigger rule out of it by just using that etbbt member image class, which I'm trying right now. Does it work? Did it work? No, it didn't. So, okay, then I'm writing it. Oh, did it? No, it didn't. Why did I ever copy image? Maybe I can try it again. Okay, copy it here. Okay, yeah, that worked. So, okay, and now that it would work here, but what I'm going to try is making a bigger rule, like a rule that is not with every individual module, but that it will change every module that's a person module where there are images on there, if you know what I mean. Okay, I will show you now. So here you see we have both of Amanda's pretty face, and I go here now and I add that one as a class, and I write margin is 15 pixel and auto, and I hope it's working, which it doesn't. It does work again with the right hand one, because the cool thing is whatever you change here you can, oh, did it? Did I save that? I'm not sure right now if I saved that. Important. Yeah. So apparently I wrote it in a separate, apparently I kept it in the module because that's how I roll. So the thing is, just because it doesn't immediately work here doesn't mean that it's not working. Because that CSS that you write in here, it's also CSS works in a specific hierarchy. So whatever is closest to the actual thing, remember the matrushkas, so whatever is closest to the smallest one is the most important according to HTML and CSS rules. So whatever is closest to that piece that we want to change will get the biggest importance. So in order to change that, I'm going to tell them, yeah, that's right, there might be other things, but the important thing is actually that one. Even though that's like outside of the matrushka, that's the governing law now. So that's why just by adding that exclamation mark important, it will now be like that on every person module for every picture. So boom. That's how you can work and change. And that's why you always, when you do work with websites, you need to know. I mean, that's what makes the difference. If you know a bit of, sorry, that's my printer. Okay. That's why it is really, I will do that again. Doo-doo. Wow, it takes a long time. Okay, so that's why it's really important that you know a bit of HTML and CSS, just because you will come across something that maybe is not working properly at the moment, or maybe you wanted to change a bit, and that's where you come in, where you need to be flexible enough to be able to dive deeper into it and change it to your liking. So yeah, that's the lesson of today.